Hey guys, it's Brianna Robinson, and today on Recipes Tested, we are going to be making some dinner rolls. And this is a recipe that I've made a bunch of times, and it's super good. Anybody who's tried it says it's the best dinner rolls they've ever made. And I got this from laurinthekitchen.com. The link will be down in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how it's made. So first I got going on melting some butter, and then I added in 1 cup of milk. She says to add both of them at the same time and let them get up to 120 degrees, but I find that this makes it easier to not go over that amount so you don't have to wait a gazillion hours for it to cool down to 120. So that's just my trick. But while that was heating up, I got going with my KitchenAid and added my flour and my egg yolk. The egg white I saved for later. And then I took a teaspoon of my sugar out from my yeast mixture and poured that in with the flour. And then when my butter was at the correct temperature, I went and added in the sugar and then my active dry yeast. And then I mixed that together and waited for it to bloom. And it's not really going to look a whole lot, and if you can't tell that it's bloomed, you can kind of smell it, and it'll kind of smell like buttery beer, and that's when you know that the yeast is activated, and then everything is all alive and going crazy in there. And then I added my egg yolks to my flour with a pinch of salt and added my yeast mixture and mixed that all together. And then I let it knead and go for about 8 minutes until it got to where it was clinging away from the bowl and just kind of going all crazy in there, and it really smelled delicious. And then at that point I took it out and kind of rolled it so that all the sides were smooth. And then after that I took the same bowl I mixed it in, put in some olive oil and brushed up the sides because as it rises you don't want it to stick. And then once that was all done, I brushed the top of the dough, mixed it all around to make sure everything was coated, and covered it with saran wrap, and then popped it in my turned off oven for about an hour and a half or so until it doubled. It really does depend on the temperature of your house for this method, but mine took about an hour and a half, and once it was done, I went and got my kitchen scale and I measured out 2-ounce sizes of the dough, and I find that this gives anywhere between 18 to 19 dinner rolls, just depending on how much more flour. Some days I need to add more than 4 cups. And once they're all done and shaped by getting the soft parts on top the same way I did the whole giant roll, I covered it with clear wrap again and popped it back into my oven. Again, it's turned off for about an hour. And then after that, I baked it for 20 minutes at 350 degrees and brushed on some melted butter, and your house will smell incredible. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.